Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another beer review on Cheer to Beers. I know I've missed a few. I've just had some family stuff come up, and really busy. And I picked this up, I think, last week. Just saw it in the stores, so I was pretty excited to review it. I can use a big IPA. Today, this one is a collaboration. Actually, it is called Linchpin White Pale Ale White IPA. And this is a collaboration between Founders and Green Flash breweries, both great breweries. Green Flash is really known for their big hoppy beers. Founders is known for everything they make, basically. It's all good. And this one is an IPA, and it's brewed with a ton of wheat malt, so I would say it's a wheat or white IPA. I guess they kind of made their own name for it. So I'm pretty sure it's bottled at Green Flash, considering the cap on the bottle. And interesting to see a Founders labeled bomber, so this is pretty cool. I'm excited to try this one, so let's get into Linchpin White IPA. As you can see in the pour, it's got this real gold color, big foamy white head, real frothy, just a really nice looking beer. Let's get into the smell. Wow, right up front it reminds me of definitely have a lot of Green Flash beers, actually. The hop profile is very, very citrusy, grapefruit, huge grapefruit notes in this. Yeah, you do smell this underlying almost Belgian characteristic, and just a hint of it though. It's probably coming from that wheat mixed with the yeast that they use. It's a very citrus forward beer. Maybe some hints of that malt, but this is definitely going to be a hoppy one. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's try this Linchpin Founders Green Flash collaboration. Interesting. It's not the first sip is definitely not near as bitter as I thought it was going to be. And the hops don't kill you, actually. They're not coming through as strong as I thought, but it is coming through almost drinking like it is definitely drinking like a Belgian beer. I'm wondering if they actually use Belgian yeast in this beer. It's so far it's pretty interesting. Yeah, that malt is definitely coming through at the end, and I am definitely getting some of that spicy yeast characteristic. So I'm leading to think that they did use some sort of Belgian yeast strain or something different in this beer that's not your typical IPA style. The hops are definitely coming through, not as much as I thought they would, but so far this beer is pretty good. I'm gonna sip on it, maybe drink most of this bottle. And I'll come back with my final thoughts, my rating on the collaboration from Founders and Green Flash, Linchpin White IPA. Alright, I'm back with my final thoughts, my rating on Linchpin White Pale Ale from a collaboration of Founders and Green Flash breweries. And I'm going to say, this one is not exactly what I thought it was going to be, but I didn't look it up, so that doesn't really matter. But I did look it up after I did my initial taste, and they do use two different yeast strains. One's an American yeast strain, one is a Belgian yeast strain. So they're combining those using a ton of American hops. They use the most citrus forward hops they could use. And I must say that I hope they do this beer. It'd be nice. It's a really nice beer to sip on in the summer. It's very refreshing. It's very citrus forward, not really bitter at all. A little bit of bitterness, tiny bit. The yeast comes through, it drinks really smooth. It's just a really solid beer. And I would recommend picking this up. It's kind of like a Belgian IPA almost, but not huge in the Belgian yeast characteristics, which I was afraid of after I had that initial sip. But it doesn't kill you with those, the spiciness or anything like that you get from those Belgian beers. This is a very solid beer. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 7 out of 10. It's a solid beer. I just don't think, the reason it gets a 7, I guess I would say, because I kind of wanted a little bit more hop forward. It's just really well balanced, and nothing stands out too big in this beer. It's just all balanced and all about the same level of everything. Solid drinking beer. If you can get this, pick it up, and until next time, cheers.